Whoops, I forgot all about the Flash. I wonder how that happened. Well, so they did an episode called Goodbye Vibrations, because it's the final episode of Cisco, who of course was Vibe. For some dumb reason they took his powers away, and then he recreated them with technology. And he chose to get rid of his powers. He didn't want to be a superhero anymore, and then he stayed being a superhero. If they were going to write him out of the show, that was the time to do it, but it's a mess. It's just a mess. So they slapped together this episode. Is mostly to be silly because, Cisco was the funny character. When he was first introduced into the series, I didn't like him, but he found his footing and became probably the best character on the show, and certainly a great supporting character for the Flash, and it's really going to suffer terribly without him. But like I keep saying, the show had run its course a couple of seasons ago, so it is what it is. So they give him a send-off. They have a bunch of stupid stuff in it. Of course, Chester's supposed to be his replacement, and poor guy is just not up to the job. He tries, and everything. He's better than, what's her name? The girl who shoots light out of her hands or something. Allegra? Yeah, I think that's... She was... Yeah, good God, she can't act at all. But at least the Chester guy, he's trying. I don't know why. I thought he still had his black hole powers. And I thought that could have been an interesting thing, but I guess he doesn't anymore. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But he's gonna be the tech nerd now for Team Flash. Yeah. So they have this the girl in rainbow clothes who is supercharging people's happiness centers in their brain in order to rob banks and all that. But don't worry, it's okay, because in the end we discover she just wants to steal from banks and give it to the poor. And by poor, a bunch of people attending a football game. Yeah. Tickets are pricey, but she says they can barely afford to put food on the table, but they can take a football game. So her plan was to get all this wealth, and pile it into this dirigible and fly over the stadium and then dump all the money into it. So they got to stop that, So Flash and Allegra and Cisco, they show up there, and Allegra is able to counteract her powers, and then Cisco seemingly says, "Oh no, Cisco's going to die," because the Flash had to get them out of there before the dirigible was going to crash into the stadium, because I don't know. The autopilot, they couldn't take it off, and it was sending it on a collision course rather than flying over it, and whatever. So of course at the last minute he figures out how to save it. Yay! And then they have a karaoke party, and that's how they end the Cisco story. And they give a little teaser for the next story where Cecile, Cecil is being stalked by some woman in a golden mask. I don't know. Is that going to be like a gender-swapped psycho pirate? Psych, they put him in there. He's kind of a ripoff of Psycho Pirate. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's their little teaser for a future episode. The rest of it, silliness with the Flash getting zapped by the happiness beam, and he break dances and stuff. Yeah, in comparison to the other stories, this one was, it's nice and contained and quick, so it's just by comparison to how bad the other ones were, it's not as bad as those, so it's probably the best episode of this season, but it's not good. So it's just kind of a sad send-off for something that was good and it worked, and they just completely failed to take advantage of it. I can't even say, of course the woke stuff, but they don't, sometimes they'll keep returning to that for this or that, but that's not even it. It's just, there's just nothing there anymore. And it's all rather sad. And the only question is, how long does Grant Gustin stay with this? Because, he's got to look at his options. He's got a job. He would leave his job in the hopes that there would be another one, but what if there isn't? That's always the quandary, and he probably stayed too long in this role. That's that Flash guy, but everybody else is like, and I say, I'm guessing Kavanaugh will be all right. Man, boy, did he stay too long. Is Valdez, I believe is his name, the Cisco actor. And he's I can see he's got the chops to do some roles, but then again, he might be typecast. He's the funny guy, but sometimes it's just like, boy, you stayed too long, and it can be damaging to you. But anyway, so kind of just as default, it was the best show of the current season. which isn't saying much. So anyway, there's my update on The Flash, a show that I just feel sorry for. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.